First Fig by Edna St. Vincent Millay. My candle burns at both ends. It will not last the night. But my foes and oh, my friends, it gives a lovely light. For her session on defining pleasure, we invite the journalist, filmmaker, and poet, Prathibha Nandakumar. She is an award-winning poet with 21 books to her credit, of which 13 are volumes of poetry. She's represented Kannada in several national and international lit fests. Welcome. Yes.
Hello. This is a very, very wrong time to read erotic and love poems. And as you can see, all the erotic poems I must have written when I was young and bold and beautiful. Now you are seeing an old and done with poet. And I think it would help if you close your eyes and imagine that this is a young girl reading, okay? And it could help, maybe. And I'm going to read, I'll have 20 minutes, and there'll be some poems on love, which I have written in recent times, which also have a lot to do with the philosophy and other things. I think like either the astral walking or the Castaneda or the philosophy. You will know when you listen to that. But I'll just select few from each segments of my poems and just present for. This is not very. See, this session came about because last year I got the Bangalore Lit Fest award, and I read this one poem when I was accepting the honor that was given by Atta Galatta. And Subodh was so impressed by it. So he gave me this, and he also gave the title as Defining Pleasure, the poem that I read last year at the Bangalore Lit Fest. So I'll start with that. Defining pleasure. If you're searching for that one poem written especially for you, you have to remember that writing poems is like drinking coffee. Brewing, filtering, whitening, and sweetening precedes consuming, which is actually what happens in courting. But then, drinking coffee is like making love. Hot, yet not scalding. Sweet, but not too much. Enough, but not unlimited to keep going. Now, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, let's have some coffee. Okay. Thank you. This is titled Erotica. It's his black and white patchwork quilt, matching his salt and pepper beard. It's his 63, managing my still yearning 36. It's his tobacco-scented tongue, pressing promises on my wet intimacy. It's his exploring pointer, conducting grand tours on my uneven geography. It's his voluptuous substance, fitting my perfection, measuring both beyond doubt. It's his much-kissed lips calling out some unknown Chinese, or was it a Japanese name, when his urgency troubling mine. Paradise in the dim-lit corridor before she returns from shopping vegetables. It's his sitting busy at the study and asking about a cool drink when she walks in, looking like a cat that got the cream. That's it. Looking into the mirror. Will he, won't he, like what he sees? Will he switch off the light, prefer the sheet of darkness? Will he pretend to caress the wrinkled skin or not pretend at all? Will he make it real or make it inevitable for me to fake it? Will he bear all or hide behind a thin veil? Will he let me take charge or take refuge in doctor's advice? Will he come without holding back, or will he get up and go answering an imaginary call? This is a poor quality mirror bought at a garage sale. Thank you, thank you. Now, Isaac Mizrahi, the fashion designer, once said, You are shaking your responsibility as a woman if you don't sometimes wear high heels, do your hair, wear a bit of pink. So this is for Isaac Mizrahi and it is titled Pink. The untimely doorbell brings me hurrying in bare minimum, and he stands there, the God Almighty, all dressed up in expensive silks. It was no wardrobe malfunction, my torn nightie, untidy hair. Does my mouth smell? Did I wash between legs? Why are we discussing some God-forsaken seminar goofed up by some good-for-nothing idiot who should have been kicked out but given a promotion and an award to? The coffee comes to rescue, and the mug is big enough, but allows an unintentional touch, and then everything changed. That carpet, the windowsill, the afternoon sun, that blaring music from the next door, cart vendors calling out fresh tomatoes, nothing was color pink. He mouthed an impromptu poem on my brown lips, my flat feet, and of course on my thick, dark eyelashes. Vacation. The fish at the pond were a surprise. I didn't expect such abundance. The snake on the lawn brought a hearty laugh. What did it symbolize for the modernist? The golden sunset was a perfect backdrop. Someone had made a proper bed. Fresh sheets have a way of enticing. God, when was it the last time? To get under the shower and get ready was a pretext. You went for a drink at the bar, and I stepped out into the lawn to speak to the fish. When we finally met in bed, I didn't notice the lipstick mark on your shirt collar, and you didn't bother about the grass in my disheveled hair. What an orgy it was. Okay. This, I don't know if I should read. Anyway. This is the brand brat. Okay, the brand brat. Halting halfway through stripping the branded brief, he cribs about the many folds of the foreskin, extra growth on the ear, receding hairline, goes nasal about the nose job abandoned at the last minute, worries about the double nipples, and asks if he should get colored lens. Dipping into my wetness, mumbling 100 things about the difficulties he faced while firing the many different shots, gets busy and comes in a shudder, beautiful beyond all laws of plastic surgery. Okay, there's a Zen saying that says, if he comes, I welcome. If he goes, I do not pursue. So, quoting that. Take a step back, said the Guru. I stood motionless. Weren't gurus supposed to push us further? Or was a step back a step further? Joshua was asked, when a man comes to you with nothing, what would you say to him? Joshua replied, throw it away. I was nothing and he threw me away. And that was when I took a step forward. Okay. I'm skipping lots. Okay, this is, I quote Carlos Castaneda. He said, the warrior makes demands first of all upon himself. This poem is titled The Wait. Kindly wait, you're in a queue. You're not the first one to arrive, not the last two. Fall in line, be still, wait. The I Ching said, the footprints run crisscross, the mountain rests upon the earth, a large fruit is still uneaten, there is no water in the lake, one sits oppressed under a bare tree, that which is bright rises twice. Predictions are a different matter altogether. You are sincere, yet you are being obstructed. When a woman loses the curtain of her carriage, do not run after it. On the seventh day you will get it, the way is in the middle. The middle way, how to take it? Sigil initiated passion, its coming is sudden, it flames up, dies down, is thrown away. It has nothing that would cause it to be accepted. If one is seriously intent, order emerges out of confusion. If benefaction is not yet seen, focus on the coming together. to feel caressed without being touched, to be bruised from a distance, to be blessed by the seen God. There are no ulterior motives in the midst of the greatest obstructions. Conflict, it is humiliating. They say the truth of a warrior is accessible yet dignified. Acting without prearrangement, it cannot go backward, it cannot go forward. Nothing serves to further. You do not travel through the air, you have no feel of the earth. You receive Him in virtue, energetically. The power of the great shows itself in the fact that one pauses. He has not stirred from his bed. Demand to draw every bit of the inner waters. Fall in line. Be still. Wait. The master will take you in a minute. Okay. Just a few more. Oh, what next? And then he asked, what next? We could very well begin with realizing his wildest fantasies, create new parameters of pleasure, just lie back and enjoy the nothingness of being, explore the many different patterns of passion. Or we could pretend to be Adam and Eve and enact the snake apple temptation drama and give him enough evidence to blame it on her. What surprised her is that he asked, why? Because it is the fundamental reason for being which cannot be explained better than why a blowjob. Okay? Now, there is one series on the fundamentals of architecture actually, so you will know. And they award you for deconstruction. Design theories desert you to tackle the sloping roof realities without a column support of decomposition. You wake up to a morning of steel frames and blinding glass. Paint red, whispers the color goddess. You obey. Plan from the pavement and reach the sanctum sanctorum. Hidden well within the darkness of the soul, the smooth sandstones carve carnal appetite. You talk of Nilanjane, the dancer who dies to give someone nirvana, lives again to kill an otherwise exciting evening. Forbidden to talk of love, physical, emotional, platonic, Puritan, I resort to the discussions on the redefining of squares and rectangles. Deconstruction be damned, who says arousal has a definition? Okay. And two more in the being series. Give me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. You are sworn by whatever you believe in and are not dismissed until judged. Condensed to design a cemetery, you turn towards the living. How would you build a tomb for the pharaoh and his queen when they are alive and kicking? You look to the pet cat for signs, and the mouse is a dead giveaway. A trap is no trap if it does not trap the trespasser. You wanted to dig a well, but ended up digging a tunnel, which is no tunnel if it cannot get you out. You knew it, and it led you here to me. Swear by the hair with the scent of jasmine and the pale lipstick mark on your collar. Swear to acknowledge you have designs on buildings and other things as well. The last one in this being series. I offer you this space to build or destroy, demolish, demark, deconstruct, demystify, design, designate, or simply damn the curves, the planes, the depths, the uneven terrain, the many-colored, multi-textured interior landscape of mine. You distrust, and hence you define the thin separating layers, and pick a shovel or an axe and claim the flesh a means of determining your decisiveness, and I defy you to disagree. I just want to read a couple of one with quoting A.K. Ramanujan. A.K. Ramanujan once said, remembering can be the means to salvation. This poem is titled Salvation. Salad days. Oh, they were tender, green, leafy, and raw, fresh cut as in the breaking in of a cold. Wild as in the first flight of a nameless bird floating about the narrow, dark alleys, searching for a parking spot to land and indulge in some peeling, slicing, and sucking of juices with matching exclamations. Everything got soaked and sprouted. Those were the days of talking and taking. Fasting days. Everything resembled a dish. Denial was the mantra. Do not, the anthem. Pangs hit the diaphragm, aching heart, intestines, and mouth drying. To chew was a curse, to swallow a punishment. Hungry forever, thirsty every minute. Vastness taking over dilated pupils. To fast was to preserve, to consume was to serve. We were on a diet and we meant to quiet the heart, the intestine, lungs, legs, and the unmentionables in anticipation of the next big feast. Desert days, and then there was pudding of all sorts. Creams, cakes, nuts, fruits, exotic ethnic sweets. It was time to indulge. How many poems make a day? How many dreams make an hour? How does the metaphor bird build nests on railings? Who needs to sanction these constructions? Those were the days of extravaganza and a phone call away, a filling pizza. Salvation, and it happened one day. It was getting crowded. His elusive multiple beings engulfed in that one single second. He, the Lord of blue waters, lost his every appetite and left. The Jain monks call it Sallekan. If to remember is to find salvation, to forget is to be cursed or return to life. Okay, one last one. The Yoni Chakra. The three inverted triangles of the Yoni Chakra cut across the four moving upwards. 14 lotus petals spread around and nothing goes out of symmetry or color. As the lines are drawn, fingers tremble and the central point takes over. It's the expectation of the mating now that churns a storm in the lower pool. And when the churning begins, what precious things emerge? The fish reached the core of the sanctum sanctorum and the resulting tantric designs with 10,000 eyes suddenly reveal the square cross lines. And there you can see the hitherto hidden crystal clear 2-petal bud opening into your full-fledged flower. And you fulfill the purpose of your birth. Okay, one last one. This is again, I quote A.K. Ramanujan. He said, think how many states of being, how many emotions you go through in the course of a single day. Who are you? When will I see you again? Stepping into the elevator, I ask as he releases his ushering hand to shut the door. I ask again, anxious, turning away to hide my tears and not face his. When are you coming again? He's working on Meera's devotion after going through Akka Mahadevi. Andal was his favorite last year. Lalla he has heard just now, and Radha never wrote poems. Returning to the land of stars and stripes from the land of black soil, this elevator closes to become the no man's land, and I ask him once again, when are you coming again? Descending at breakneck speed, running through lifetimes, ages crumbling into a heap, he looks tired, yet happy with his elusive multiple being, and laughs like Shiva, Krishna, and the Lord of blooming jasmine, all in one, and plants that one last kiss just before the door opens and to take him away. And we stand there comforting each other, Meera, Akka, Andal, Lalla, Radha. Thank you. Thank you very much.